Okay.
1 minute.
So I start today?
Yes, now go ahead. It's an on air now. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Vasu Ayapan. I live in New Jersey and I'm working in Delaware State University as a research faculty. So today we have a panel of people who will talk about different aspects like they're all in this in the college and the one speaker already working in the company. I'm going to introduce the speakers in a little bit. So today the meeting or workshop agenda is learning from the college graduates, they're going to pursue the college right now, and how can the getting knowledge from them is mainly for the high school students that how to go to college, how to get in right college, and how to get the scholarship and why they choose that college, so all those things. So we'll take 10 minutes from each speakers, and finally we can have a Q&A, can ask questions and discuss. We can put the chat or you can directly ask at the end of the presentation. So please let me introduce speakers. Sitara Suresh, her major is business administration. She studied in University of San Francisco. Right now, working as a sales solution engineer at Salesforce San Francisco. Her parents are Suresh and Raji. They live in Los Angeles. Next speaker is Prithvi Dharmaraj. He is going to University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. His major is statistics and computer science. Sophomore. Parents are Dharmarajana and Badma in Atlanta. Then Sviksa Jayakumar. She lives in Dallas. Her major is biomedical engineering. She is going to University of North Texas. The parents are Jayakumar and Ramapuspam. Next speaker is Rahul Rajesh. His major is biology, major and minor in neuroscience, sophomore. He is going to University of Texas, Dallas. Parents Rajesh and Selvi from Detroit. The final speaker is Josika Ravindran. Her major is cognitive science, the junior major, and University of Texas, Dallas. The parents are Ravindran and Bhagyashree from Dallas. So we'll go in order by start with the Sitara. She will going to introduce herself and whatever I talked before, why she went to that college and what made her to go to college and what's she right now. Each speakers take 10 minutes. Okay, we'll go by order. Sitara, Prithvi, Sviksa, Raghav, and Josika. Okay, start with Sitara. Please,
Perfect. Can you hear me all right? Let me know if you can't. But great to meet everyone. Thanks for having us. I'm Sitara Suresh. I am a solution engineer at Salesforce today, but I'm excited to talk about really my journeys to college, why I chose the school that I did. So I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I was looking for a school that was sort of near my family, a little bit far, close enough to go see them, but far enough that I wouldn't expect my mom at my door every day, even though I love her. So I wanted a good distance, and I also wanted to be in a city. I grew up in LA, and I very much wanted the same environment for my schooling. And so I looked at different schools. I knew immediately I wanted to stay in California, one, because the weather is the best, and two, to be close to my family. And so I was looking at schools, and I landed on the University of San Francisco for a few different reasons. One, I wanted a smaller school. In high school, I know some of us go to really big high schools. I went to a very small liberal arts type high school in Los Angeles, which had about, I think, 100 people in my entire grade when I graduated. And so I wanted a similar environment in college. I knew that that's just how I learned best and was going to be successful, was at that small environment. And so I looked at schools, and then this one happened to be right in the city in San Francisco. And I knew immediately that it was the city I wanted to be in, one, because it's the center of tech, right? The Bay Area, San Francisco. I didn't know at the time that I wanted to go into tech, but I knew I wanted to be in a city environment with smaller classes, more kind of teacher or less teacher to student ratio, and be close enough to home. So that's why I chose the University of San Francisco, because it was in really the middle of the Silicon Valley, also because it was kind of close to home. In terms of my major that I chose, so I just went with business administration. I actually joined thinking I wanted to do media studies because I applied to film school before I decided to go this route. And I realized, I want to keep it pretty general because at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think that's an important takeaway for me is it's okay. You don't need to know that you have to go this route. And that's how I went into college, right? I thought I wanted to go into media, realized that being in the tech world, being around Silicon Valley, like companies, that's where I wanted to go. And so I changed my major to business administration. At my time at University of San Francisco, I had the opportunity to study abroad in Copenhagen. So I toggled between finance, entrepreneurship, and landed on business and admin just to keep it general, but also be able to pursue my interest in tech with a good background. So that's where I went for 4 years. It was great. I am in San Francisco now, actually. I moved to Portland to work for Salesforce for about 2 years. And then I moved jobs internally to my now role. And I'm back in San Francisco. So thanks for having me. I don't know if there's anything else that I should add.
Yeah, thank you, Sitara. Can you talk about can you touch upon the scholarship you got from the university when you go to college, and how did you get that one?
Yeah, so I think it's been a couple years, so forgive me if I'm not speaking the right way about it. But in terms of scholarships, like I applied once I got there to a few, and also there's obviously merit scholarships and need scholarships, I believe. And so going into USF, I obviously applied to the merit ones, got involved. I will be honest, I don't know if things have changed since then, if there's more straightforward ways to apply to scholarships than there were a couple of years ago. But I don't recall having submitting a ton of applications for that. So maybe that's something someone else might be able to touch upon in more detail than I can.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Prithvi, it's your time.
Hey guys, I'm Prithvi. I go to the University of Illinois, like Uncle said. I'm a sophomore right now, and I'm studying statistics and computer science, and I'm also minoring in macroeconomics. So something about my college. So I chose UIUC for three reasons-ish. One was that I was actually born in that college town. I lived there for 14 years, and then I moved to Atlanta, and that's where I live right now. And I kind of just wanted to go back because I kind of missed it. And then another reason was that the CS program there is really good, I guess. And it had a really interesting program called the CS plus X degree program, where you choose CS, and then you also choose a discipline, another discipline, and there's 20 options where you can choose from. So you can choose CS plus music, and then CS plus animal sciences, and there's also CS plus philosophy. So what I did was I chose CS and statistics because I thought that would be really good for data science opportunities. And then another reason was that the resources at UIUC are really good for CS, because the CS department is really huge and they have a lot of funding. So they have a lot of faculty that can help you out. And a lot of the CS courses at the college have over 100 faculty members for just one course. I remember our intro courses had around 200 faculty members just for that one class. And then in my courses in high school, I took a few AP courses, but I don't know if they really mattered to my major. The only one that really mattered to my major was like AP Stat and like AP Computer Science. None of the others I really mattered. Those were just like to try out like what I liked and what I didn't like. And so yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Yeah. Okay. Move to next speaker, Subiksha.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Subiksha Jaykumar. You can call me Subi. Currently, I'm taking biomedical engineering at UNT. However, that isn't my major because I'm actually a high school student under an early college entrance program at UNT called the Texas Academy of Math and Science. So I'm a senior in high school and I plan on majoring in biomedical engineering, but I'm currently taking courses for biomedical engineering at UNT. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what are early college entrance programs because it might be a little confusing if you haven't heard of them. So these are programs where high school students have the opportunities for usually 11th and 12th grade to attend college courses on campus and experience the college lifestyle, basically. So these programs are usually residential. So before COVID, I used to live on campus and take courses alongside the college students. And most of these programs are STEM-based. So what we like to call it is college on training wheels, basically, because we're still high school students. And we have a lot of more opportunities than college students because we are high school students. For example, we have staff and administration who are there to help us succeed. They do room checks every night. And we also have counselors who give us pre-assigned schedules according to a track that we choose. So we don't have majors, but we do have tracks that we choose. For example, there's biology. In my school, there's biology, computer science, music, and visual arts. I took the biology course, which is basically a pre-med course, but through some electives, I got interested in biomedical engineering, which is why I'm going to take it as a major. So some advantages of taking early college entrance programs are, firstly, obviously you're taking college courses. So these courses were much more academically challenging than my previous high school courses. And it's also good to prepare you for college because it's really different from like what you learn in high school because they don't give you homework and most of the courses you have to study for yourself, which was something I struggled with at the beginning, but I got hold of eventually. In addition, every course that you take in these programs are direct credits for your colleges. So they're different from AP or dual credits because instead of like partially like adding to your like college credits, it directly adds to it. So if you take a biology course or a math course in the early college program, you don't have to take it again in most colleges. Some colleges don't take these credits because it is at the end of the day TAMS credits, and also it's UNT credits as well for the college that I'm attending. So for example, like Rice and many other colleges are like at a different level, so they won't accept these credits, but it's still really useful. And another opportunity that I really enjoyed was volunteering. There's actually so many clubs and organizations at these academies, which allow you to have more opportunities to volunteer and get volunteering points. And it also helps you with scholarships. These clubs and organizations also help me with leadership because there are so many clubs and organizations, there's a lot more opportunities for us to get leadership positions. For example, I'm currently a volunteering coordinator for our orchestra club, which is pretty fun and has taught me a lot about teamwork and how to work with other people. Another thing this has taught is life skills because we've been living in dorms and we're also living with other teenagers going through like the same process we are. So it really helps us like get close to each other and learn from each other. And it's also taught me about time management. I know there's been a lot of times where I've had to have my friends come and knock on my door because I overslept or something, but they're always there for me and that's really nice. One of the most important things in early college programs are, in my opinion, the research opportunities, because a lot of professors are more willing to take on TAM students than there are regular high school students. So you can go, and if you take a class that you like, you can go contact the research professor and ask if you want to do research with them. So this is really fun. I'm currently doing research in um, electrical chemistry. So yeah. So now more about the biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering is a good future because it has a 23% growth in the next 10 years. It also has a wide range, surprisingly, because you can, if you're interested in programming or material science or genetics, or even if you want to do pre-med, I think biomedical engineering is a good track because it has different minors you can take with it in order to have a wider interest. And some careers are that you can take for biomedical engineering is for obviously prostitution, but there's also other careers such as you can do research and help develop vaccines and transplant, which is what I'm interested in. But you can also do medical technology like EKGs, blood pressure monitors, and also there are also rehabilitation engineers, which help people with rehabilitation by making specific technology for them. And yeah, that's all I have. I'm sorry, that's a lot, but if you have any questions, you can ask at the end.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Viksha. Let's move on to Rahul.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raghav. I go to college at the University of Texas at Dallas, but I'm actually from Michigan. So a lot of you may ask, why did I make such a huge jump? Originally, I did want to stay in the state. I was not willing to leave my high school friends and the comfortable environment I was in, but you quickly learn after you leave college or after you leave home that you make lots of new friends and it doesn't end up mattering anyway. But the main focus on which I made my decision for which college I went to was basically how much financial aid I got, because I'm a pre-med student and I know that I'm planning on going to medical school, and medical school can be expensive. So I thought might as well save as much money as I can in undergrad before I go to medical school. And so I was looking around at scholarships in Michigan, and a lot of schools give merit-based scholarships. So that was mainly what I was looking at, because financial aid wasn't really like a big thing for me, because our family wouldn't qualify for a lot of things. And so one of my friends goes to University of Texas at Dallas, and she's a national merit scholarship recipient. And so at University of Texas Dallas, if you are a national merit scholarship recipient, they'll basically give you a full ride. They'll pay for all your tuition, they'll pay for your books, they'll pay for your residency there. And so for those of you who don't know what the National Merit Scholarship is, so every year there's the PSAT, which is kind of like a practice SAT, but not exactly. It's sponsored by this certain company that lends out scholarships to people. And so how they do it is every October in your 11th grade year, you'll take this PSAT, and based on your scores and your distribution of what questions you got wrong in which sections, they'll give you this index, and then there's this index that's like a number. And so for each state there's a certain number that you have to get, and then if you get above that number, you're basically guaranteed to get a scholarship. So I'm from Michigan, the cutoff was 219, and I got it specifically, and then exactly, and then that's how they gave me the scholarship. And so if you're going to ask how I did that, that's basically just a lot of practice and studying, because it's not any different from taking a normal SAT. You just kind of have to grind and really study in order to get that. And so then I saw that University of Texas at UTD gives us scholarships for national merit. And it's basically, if you're a national merit student, you just apply to the school and then they'll give you the scholarship. You don't have to apply for anything else. But again, that's it's a pretty difficult thing to do. So if it's not like something that you look for commonly, a lot of schools don't actually give that much for national merit. Like another school near me called Michigan State University, they gave me like $2,000 of tuition and that was it. But then University of Texas at Dallas, UTD, they are like they give out a lot because they're really trying to get a lot of those like national merit students to their school. So that's why they give you like a full ride. So that's like an option if you want that. And then there's many other
I think it's like some technical.
you could just do a quick Google search and you could look for like many
Rahul,
yeah.
sorry for interruption. Something's happened that the interruption happened. Interruption. Can you please explain? Yeah, what you did.
Sorry.
Can you please repeat what you said? Like we just got that 30 seconds. We got interruption.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my internet is not doing too well. Okay. I was basically just saying that like National Merit Scholarship is like a good way to get like money for a lot of schools, but I wouldn't consider that your primary option. I would could look at like what colleges you want to go to first, depending on what you want to do. Like I'm pre-med, so UTD's also has a really good research program. And so I knew that like I really like to do research. Like even though I want to go into medicine, I really like to do research and they have a lot of research opportunities there. So that's also why I picked University of Texas, UTD. But again, like national merit is something that if you get it, that's great. And then you can apply to colleges with it. But I would initially look at things like what kind of scholarships is your, like the colleges you want to go to give out and all that stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about me being pre-med. So I'm assuming a lot of the people watching will want to go into medicine because it's common, you know, amongst Indians. But what I would suggest if you are going into pre-med in high school is like Subi was saying earlier, there's things you can do like volunteering. Like I volunteer at a hospital near me, like near my house. Like obviously I can't right now because of COVID, but I think that's always a great opportunity. You can really learn if you like actually truly like medicine or not by volunteering because you have lots of like you get into contact with like lots of nurses and you might even be able to talk to patients. Like I was stationed on like the ICU floor, and so I was able to talk to a lot of patients and hear their stories, and that's how I realized like, oh, I like the patient like doctor relationship, and I think that's something that I would like prioritize if I went into medicine. But at the same time, like when I was volunteering, there's not a lot of things you can do that make you feel like you're actually contributing to people's health and things like that. So other things you could do is like job shadowing and stuff, and you can really like see like what it is that doctors specifically do, and you can understand like, oh, I like this. Like and again, like as like previous people have mentioned, there's no pressure to decide if you want to be in pre-med or decide what you want to do. That there's not a lot of sorry, I lost my train of thought. There's not a lot of like there is a lot of opportunities to decide how. There's a lot of time to decide before you like know what you want to do. Like I think Sitara was saying that she changed her major when she went to college, so it sorry, I think I cut out again. There's a lot of time before you decide you want to do. So like when you're in high school doing things like volunteering and stuff like that, if you decide like you might want to go into medicine, will really help you. How many hours of volunteering are required? There's not really a requirement for pre-med. Like there are things that can help you, like at a school near me called Wayne State University. Okay. There's there's no like amount of volunteering hours that are required or anything like that. It just depends on where you want to go. There are some scholarships that will give you money if you have a lot of like volunteering hours. Like there's a school near me called Wayne State University, and they have like this program where if you show like a lot of interest in medicine, they'll give you like a direct scholarship to like med school and undergrad. And those are like very rare. And I would just plan on doing things that help you decide if you want to do medicine or not. So reach out to your local hospital, reach out to anyone that you might know that might be a doctor, ask them if you can shadow, ask if you can volunteer. There's lots of clubs you can join, like HOSA, I know, is like a club that has a lot of health related things that you can do. And if there's any other like pre-med related questions, I can help answer those at the end. But if there's anything else
Yeah.
you want me to talk about, I think that's it for
Yeah.
me.
We'll take the questions at the end, Rahul.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Let's move on to Joshika.
Hi everyone, I'm Joshika Ravindran. I'm currently a junior at UT Dallas too. Before my major was actually cognitive science. Well, okay, this is a really like weird topic for me because I like changed my major like 3 times basically. I came into college thinking I wanted to be pre-med because like that's the only thing I've ever talked about since I was little. Like any question they asked me like what career path I want to do, I wanted to do like pre-med. I want to become like a doctor. I want to like and specialize like in neurology, everything. I had my life planned out until I went to college. Everyone thinks like once you go into college and they think that they have their life like figured out and stuff, but like it's not really true. I was actually a biochem major going into college and I realized I hated chemistry with a passion and I struggled for the next 2 years because I had to take Gen Chem 1, Gen Chem 2, and then I refused to take OChem because I was like, I'm done. I didn't want to do it. Then I was like, okay, I want to go into like the AI field. So I was like, okay, I'll do like cognitive science, which is like kind of like a branch of like neuroscience. And okay, sorry. It was a branch of neuroscience. So I was like, okay, so like I have an option to go into like the technological field and I don't have to like just stick to like pre-med if I wanted to like be it's still. But then I realized I didn't like math and cog sci is like very like math based. And I was like, that's not what I want to do. I was like, if I want to do it, I'll just like get my PhD in it or like do my master's in cog sci. But like, I was like, that's not what I want to do. So I decided yesterday that I'm switching to neuroscience. And at UT Dallas, they recently released 3 tracks to neuroscience where there's a pre-med track, there's a research track, and there's an industrial track. And I chose the industrial track because I feel like it allows me to still like stick to like my sciences, but also gave me like a leeway into business because industrial also allows me to get into healthcare management, entrepreneurship and marketing and like business analysis and all of those things. So I just felt like it would be like a easy way for me to like go both into the business field and stick with my science fields. So yeah, honestly, your undergrad major doesn't really matter. What really matters is your master's and if you want to do your specializations. So my advice to you guys is that just take the easy way out in undergrad if you're not pre-med, honestly, and just focus more on your master's if you want to do it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we have open to questions now. You can go to like ask any questions to any one of the speakers. We can discuss, like open for discussion. Okay.
So anyone ask a question, just unmute yourself and ask the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am a medical doctor from India. How many subjects you are exposed to pre-medical or pre-degree courses? And how are you exposed to practical of the subjects or only theoretical aspects?
I guess I can answer that question. So you're saying like, is your question that when you're going into pre-med, like what courses are you subjected to and if the theory or practical portions of those?
Yeah.
So I'm a biology major slash neuroscience minor, and a lot of there's a lot of courses that they like want you to take if you're a specific major. So since I'm a biology major, they'll make me take general chemistry 1 and 2. They'll make me take organic chemistry. They'll make me take various biology courses. And as a neuroscience major, they'll make me take many neuroscience classes. And so with those classes, there's like some classes have both a lecture and a lab. I think it's like a common requirement for chemistry to require both a lecture and a lab. So generally in lectures, you learn like lots of theory and concepts, and in labs, you apply those concepts and learn. And so it's more like practical. And so we like in our lab, we do various like experiments, and we learn about how to use the equipment, what concept those equipment are applying, and we do like
Okay, to base off what Raghav said, it's more like theory based than anything practical. Like unless you like do like research and stuff along with like professors, everything's like basically just like theory. But like there is some like applications that's only like going to it's only like to labs. Like there's like chem lab, and then if you're like taking intro into bio, there's like bio lab workshops too. But like it's saying it's pre-med, but it's not really completely prepping you. It's just like giving you like an aspect into like how it's gonna be in med school. I don't know.
Yeah, most of the time, engineering subjects are chosen based on imagination, mechanical, electrical, electronics, without practical knowledge. At least in medical, when you are exposed to practical subjects, you can choose what you want to specialize.
Yeah.
That's why.
So like being pre-med, you can like do like different majors, and you can also like take like elective courses, and you can also still like be considered on the pre-med track. And the one thing I like about here is that like you can even be like a business major and still be considered pre-med. So like these simple elective courses like intro into chemistry, intro into bio, organic chemistry, biochemistry, like these courses, I feel like they will really like prep you a lot for like how like med school is actually going to be, because it gives you like the basics, so you'll understand like how our body works with like neuroscience courses and like things like that. Yeah.
I have, suppose if you enter pre-med, you will always be given medical, or based on your credits, they will choose you.
For med school, like admissions into med school? No, you have to take the MCAT.
Okay.
It's like a standardized testing, like kind of like the GRE, but not really. But this is more like medical based. Like it'll have like organic chemistry involved, and parts of biochemistry questions, physics questions, biology questions, and everything. And so like the pre-med courses that you were taking, right? It's all of those combined into like a 7-hour long test. And the scores you get on that, along with your GPA in your college, are what are like the main deciding factors on if you get into med schools or not, in the US at least.
Great. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I'm also seeing a lot of questions about how many hours are required for volunteering, and then how many different subjects you should take in APs. Like with AP courses, volunteering hours differ within high schools of counties. Like for like Frisco and stuff, we need to have like 100 hours of volunteer if you want to get like that volunteer hour cord. As Rago was saying, it's like completely different in Michigan. So it honestly depends on your state and like what like ISD you go to. And then for APs, college doesn't accept middle school hours. They only count high school hours. And you can do, I mean, you can do volunteering in middle school, but like there's gonna be like things called NJHS. It's like a National Junior Honor Society. And like in high school, for us at least, we had NHS, which is National Honor Society. So if we got into NJHS, we would have to be required to do like volunteering. So it kind of like preps us to like, okay, so we have to do like this many volunteer hours in high school. And then NHS hours, if you're in it, you have to like do compulsory volunteer hours. You have to like meet like a certain requirement to actually stay in too. But yeah, for AP courses, it honestly depends on what track you want to do. If you're going to do STEM, I would highly recommend you taking like AP Bio and like AP Chemistry and like Physics, because college bio, college chem and physics are completely different, and they're really, really hard. And I feel like AP Bio and stuff, like it requires you to learn by yourself, and it kind of like preps you enough to go for a college. But other than that, if you're gonna become like a lawyer and stuff, like if that's your main thing, that I would suggest like you taking like AP like history courses. But it honestly depends on you if you want to like take how many like different courses in AP you want to take.
Yeah, let me add to that real quick. Like at my school, it was like kind of small, and so we only had like 8 AP classes or something like that. So like I just ended up taking all of them, but I would say that's kind of unnecessary, because most of the time when you go to college, you find out that your specific degree only requires like a certain amount of classes, and other classes you'll pretty much never take. And so then like a lot of the AP classes you took won't be able to be applied. So like Joshika was saying, like if you're gonna become like a doctor or something, or if you want to go to like medical school, or you're like trying to major in biology, take a lot of AP science courses. Because like first of all, they'll prepare you for the courses you already are going to have to take in college, and then obviously you can get credit for them, which can help accelerate your path in college. And even like I don't think, for me, like after I've come to college, I've realized that I don't think AP is like the only option. Like I honestly think dual enrolling is a better option, because you're pretty much guaranteed to get credit. I think like Subi was saying, like with her her program thing that she does, TAMS, they take like college courses in high school, and she said like you're basically guaranteed to get credit. So you could always look into dual enrolling when you or when you're in high school, because that helps you get credit more, like you're almost guaranteed to get credit, compared to as where like AP, it's kind of like a gamble depending on what college you plan to go to.
Like also like,
Okay,
oh wait, you can go. Or
no, you can go ahead.
okay, I just want to like talk about like the AP things. Like, I don't think you should also like feel like pressured into taking like a lot of APs. Like even if you want like to like do like pre-med, don't feel like you have to do like AP Chem and like AP Physics and like AP Biology, because like it's not like colleges are going to like dock you points for like not taking them. Like just, you know, you can also like take like some like other classes too, like explore and like, you know, just try what you like find interesting, I guess.
As Prithvi was saying, yeah, AP scores don't really define who you are. So like take it easy in high school, because ultimately it like depends on which colleges like actually like will want to take in scores. If you're pre-med, I'm pretty sure they only like allow you to submit like a certain number of AP scores, because like they want like pre-med, like med schools want you to take these courses at a 4-year university to see if you can actually like handle the courses, because like med schools are like very like intense. You're gonna have like exams like every week or something, you know, and like pre-med courses help you prepare for that. And if you like opt out of it and use like college credit, the med schools they're not going to be inclined to like give you admission per se. Like it'll mainly like depend on your like how you like do your apps and like how you're going to do your MCAT. So just like take it easy with APs. They're really not going to matter in college. Most colleges don't even take AP scores in like for credit. So there's that. And then as Raga was saying, for dual credit, try seeing if you can like also like if you have like a community college in your in your county, so you can take like classes there during high school. Because like I knew, like I was offered to take like dual credit classes. Like it's like partially at like high school, and then there's also like another set course partially at a community college, and those credits will actually transfer into like an accredited university too. So like look into that.
And
So I wanted to say, oh, sorry. Go for it. Okay, so I know we've been talking a lot about APs, and I want to take another perspective to this, which the parents might like or not like, which is my school didn't have AP courses. So that wasn't even an option. I think someone said, like, you don't need AP courses. That was my case. I mean, considering I'm not pre-med or I wasn't, maybe it's a little bit different, but I think what's important, and this question came up in the chat, was what extracurriculars did you all do? So that was one area where we didn't have AP courses at my school. So I really focused on doing other extracurriculars, because I think in the long run, you know, the relationships you build and the types of interactions you have with different groups in school, whether that's like your sports team. I play soccer, volleyball, and track, and I'm not an athlete by any means, but the type of camaraderie and teamwork that goes into those different sports, like that is something that will serve you in the long run. So I think just thinking about aspects of your high school experience that are not just going to be technically supportive in your career, but also as a person, like developing your emotional intelligence, like how you interact in a certain scenario, I think goes beyond the classroom. That's just my take on it. So whether that's signing up for like a film club or something that's even unrelated to your career that you want to pursue, that's okay. You know, you might still do pre-med, that's awesome. But maybe you want to do something else, right? Maybe there's like a arts class that you like to take on the side, or you're interested in, or you want to join like a book club, or you want to play an instrument, or you want to test out like a creative aspect on it. I would say that I think those qualities are something that you can't necessarily learn immediately, and that really cater to when you are in the professional world and you're ready to be a doctor or be a scientist, be whatever it is you want to do. I think having those skills is more valuable than we think. And I was fortunate to have parents that, you know, took that interesting route that most Indian parents don't. And I think now being in the workforce, you can really tell the difference in the way people approach their career, their education, and really how that's made them successful or kind of been a crux in their career today. So I just think, you know, this is just me throwing this out there for those that you're thinking, do I, you know, why AP? And you're all focused very heads down into like science fields. I would just, you know, take a minute to explore your creative side too. It doesn't mean you're going to be an artist full time. Your parents will hate me for telling you that, but maybe there are different activities and hobbies that you could have coming out of it that will serve you in the, you know, in the long run, and give you that emotional intelligence in other areas that will help you be successful. So just wanted to say that for anyone that's on this call that's thinking, do I have to go that way, that route? You don't. There's so many different ways out there, and like join a club that you wouldn't normally, like a non-technical club or something, just to test it out.
Awesome. There is a question. So what extracurricular activities you did in the school? Extracurricular activity, other than the AP and other courses? Can you answer that?
Okay, so I used to do orchestra. I used to play the violin for like 6 years, and then I just ended up quitting because like I just fell out of it. But I used to like dance and stuff too. But like when it comes with your extracurriculars, as Sitara was saying, it's a really like a good thing to like help like to build up your college applications or something based off of your experiences with like extracurriculars and volunteers more than like your academic achievements. I know that's kind of like a weird way of like saying that most parents are not gonna like believe me, but like honestly, even with like standardized test scores, many colleges are like shying away from using them now. Like take like UC schools right now. UC schools are not even taking their ACTs, and they've been talking ACT and SAT scores, and they've been talking about not even like they've been talking for a while to like not use them. And then even for grad schools, like UC schools are not taking GRE in either. And everyone's like starting to realize that like these standardized testing scores don't really define who you are as a person, and what really defines you is like the extracurriculars that you do, and like the how you like interact well with our society, and like how well your essays are when you are writing about yourself. That's all what they mainly look at. Yes, GPA and everything like plays a role in this, but it's not as a big role as you think it does. So just want to put that out there.
Yeah, and going off what Jessica just said, like generally, like there's gonna be like lots of people who have similar GPAs to what you have and similar SAT scores to what you have. So if colleges picked you based strictly on that, they would have no idea what was the difference between you and another person. And so like they want to see like what is unique about you, and that usually comes through your extracurriculars and the essays that you write for your colleges. Like I'm pre-med, but like the school I went to, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for like we didn't even have HOSA or anything. And so I kind of just did what I wanted. I played tennis, I played basketball, I did BPA, track. I just did whatever I wanted, and I kind of enjoyed my high school like experience. And I think that's like the biggest takeaway about going to high school, is that you shouldn't be so worried about how you're going to, like, this is going to freak out some people, but like you shouldn't be so worried about how you're going to prepare yourself for college. Kind of like enjoy yourself in high school, figure out what you like, and then from there you can like realize, oh, this is what I want to do. Don't try to like set yourself into one path. Like everyone tries to plan out their lives, but it's pretty much never going to turn out that way. Like I guarantee you, like you're going to change your mind. Things are going to happen differently than you expected. So just learn how to ride the wave, you know?
Yeah, like going off with the, oh, you can go, sorry.
You can go, it's fine.
Okay, going off of what Raga said, many people are going to come into college thinking that, oh, like I know what I'm going to do. Like what I did, okay, like take me for example. They're going to like come into college and be like, okay, like this is the set I want to, like this path is the what I want to do. But like honestly, once you get into college, you realize a lot of things. You realize what you like, you realize what you hate, and you're going to base it off of that. Like that, choose what you want to do, like do what you love. Don't like do like, okay, it's gonna sound really bad, but like half the people here, like all of our friends are like in an AP course, and they're all like, okay, yeah, I want to do pre-med, all that stuff, like when I get into college. I was pressured into that. Like that's all I knew about when I was little. Everything I did was towards med school. Like that's all I cared about. And then once I got to college, I realized that there's like a lot of different opportunities. Even you don't even have to be like, yes, I'm a neuroscience major, but like, I don't have to be pre-med to be a neuroscience major. I can like go into like the industrial side of it. And that's what I like. Like college offers you many different opportunities. And back to what Satara was saying, use your high school extracurriculars as a way to like figure out a path of what you like. Don't just like stick to like what your friends are doing because like for the fun of it. You know what I mean? It's like figure out yourself there with based on what you like too. If that helps.
Yeah, and to build off of that, I was going to talk about my personal experience, because in 9th and 10th grade, like in my school, like everyone was obsessed with like AP scores and like getting like good GPA. But after I went to TAMS, I expected like more of that, but instead like I learned like people were more interested in like the extracurriculars, because there were so many more opportunities available at TAMS. For example, like I picked up basketball, and I also joined the Science Olympiad. And there's also like, there's so many different things you can try out to like learn about yourself, and also like find like different skills that, you know, differentiate you from others in like the college application process. And it can also help you with your career in the future as well, because you know, a lot of these clubs and organizations teach you about like teamwork and other important skills that you won't necessarily learn in like any other like normal classroom environment.
Yeah, it's like going off of what Subi said, like I took like, I didn't really take like any CS like extracurriculars. Like I was in like HOSA and FBLA, and like I took those to like just like explore like what I liked. Like before until like senior year, I thought I'm going to be like a pre-med major, but like for some reason I went like 360 degrees like the opposite way, and like I chose comp sci. And like, you know, it's just like choose like just do like what you want like for fun, and like don't like limit yourself to like just like the major that you want to choose.
Okay, great. There's a question. Most probably, people have the same question. You know, they ask, "What are some of the frosts with going to college out of state?" Like maybe Rahul and Prithvi can answer the question because they're studying out of state college. So, what do you see some pros?
So it's like
you can go first. Sorry.
Are you sure? So one pro is that like you kind of get like a fresh start. It's like a lot of people that you're not gonna know like a lot of people. So you're gonna have to like actually like make a attempt to like branch out and like talk to a lot of different people. And it might be like a little like nerve-wracking at first, but like, you know, you'll eventually like get like a nice group of like people that you can talk to. Like and then also, yeah, that's what that was like a pro of like college.
So I went out of college for maybe different reasons, out of state for maybe different reasons, mainly financial, but I would say that it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because I come from a small town that has like maybe like a few thousand people, and they're basically like all white, and like don't want to sound like weird or anything, but like UTD has like a heavy Indian population, and for me, like maybe the rest of you have grown up like in like lots of like high like Indian populations, but like I hadn't like seen any of it, so like it was kind of like amazing to me that I could relate to so many different people like in this like thing, and like about our culture and stuff, and so like that was like really awesome for me. Like that was like mind blowing, because like I had no idea it was like this was like even possible. Like I was just used to like having to like mispronounce my name for people so that they said it right and stuff. And so like the thing I would tell you about going out of state is that you don't know what you're gonna get until you go. So like and most of the time it's almost always good, because you like see you learn so many different things about so many different types of people. You learn more things about yourself. You learn like how to manage yourself when you're living on your own. You learn you meet all sorts of new people, you make new friends, and I think as a whole it helps you grow as like a person in general, because you are kind of like forced to grow because you have to manage all these different things. And so if you have the opportunity, I would suggest going out of state, and because there's no reason not to.
Awesome. Yeah, there is another question. So I know you touched upon the National Merit Scholarship. The question is, did you guys with any external scholarship? Did you get any external scholarship? You know, like what are the process like process to follow other than the National Merit Scholarship? Anyone can answer that?
I mean, for me, because I went to the program, I can automatically get a full ride to UNT, and there might be similar like opportunities for other early college programs. So, but I think scholarships really you should research on your own, because it really it's on like what you do and like what like college you want to apply to. So
yeah. And also, like I saw that the scholarship is different from state to state also. So, you go to the state website. You know, you see that they have specific scholarship, and they have the booklet for that. So you can ask that in a state education department, they send you the book for scholarship availability. You know, they will send by mail, or you can go and pick it up in person. Okay. Other than the federal government scholarship, you have state scholarship too. You can avail that.
To base on what Vasu uncle said, for the state of Texas at least, in high school, if you're in the top 10%, you get automatic admissions into UTD. And then if you're like in top 7 or like top 6, I think that the thing changed, but like this was back when I was in high school. You can also, if it's like a top 7, you can get like automatic admissions into like UT. But that also, But if you're not in those top 10, you can still get in, but those are for like automatic and like full ride admissions. But for us, UT Dallas gives a lot of scholarships out. So like if you want to go to UT Dallas, I would suggest you like look onto it, like research more about scholarships, like what Subi said. And then, but if you're like going to like UT and stuff, like getting scholarships for like those like flagship schools are really, really hard. And mainly people just go for like because like UT is like an amazing school, but like mainly people just end up coming to UTD because they don't get that many scholarship opportunities at UT Austin as like they do with us. So
like generally scholarship wise, if you are looking to go to a bigger school, they could give you some scholarships, but generally they're gonna be like, if they're gonna be smaller than like what like some smaller colleges could give you. Like Joshua was saying, UTD gives lots of scholarships for like many different reasons. Like I went there on national merit, but they have a lot of merit-based scholarships, like simply for having like a certain SAT score or like having a certain GPA. And like a lot of people can get like lots of financial aid from that itself. So for scholarships, I would, like I said, like I would just look at like what colleges you want to go to and then look at what scholarships they can offer you and kind of just gun for those.
Yeah, and one more thing, I didn't do this, but my brother did, is even once you're at college, once you've like accepted, there are typically scholarships you can apply to once you're already enrolled. So, you know, if you didn't get that one scholarship or you want to get more, it's not just limited to right when you apply, obviously. Like my brother, I think his second year or maybe first year applied to more and got more because you find out what other programs are going on at the school. So that's another option too, is once you're enrolled at your university to look at scholarships. I also know some friends that in high school looked to external organizations supporting, you know, certain, like, I don't know if it was a certain major that they were giving scholarships for, but you can apply through an external application with your information, your extracurriculars, and why you should get a scholarship. So that's another option, I think, too, that I didn't do it, but I know some of my friends did.
Okay, thank you. So any questions from the audience? It's open to all.
Vasu, no question,
Okay.
some feedback. Yeah,
Sure.
as Sitara said, like colleges have a lot of scholarships, billions of money available. I'm talking about not a financial aid, scholarship. Okay, so for example, my son went to University of Michigan. Yes, out of state is a heavy money. Even though California, they gave him full ride in a few colleges, but he wanted to go to Michigan. So I said, okay. But after you go to college, just check to our financial officers. Okay, they have a lot of billions of money, maybe like a FastWeb and so many things are there. Maybe once you are there, if you missed a chance when you're applying, once you are there, just go to the financial officers and check there. There's a lot of plenty of, like Raghav said and Prithvi said, like GPA. When you maintain some GPA, they do have scholarship. When you write some topic, they give you some essays. When you write that essay, they give you. For example, one thing I tell you, my son is from Los Angeles. Yes, so Los Angeles alumni, they gave a scholarship of $5,000. Okay, so you got to maintain GPA, and also he told you to write some essay, whatever. So he wrote it. He got $5,000. For example, I'm saying. So like that, if you find 5-6 scholarship, you are there to go for a tuition. Because, you know, out of colleges, especially University of Michigan, is like a $45,000 tuition fee itself. So first year he got 50, second year he got 50% while you were in the college, third year, 3-4. Then final year, he got all the scholarship for whole tuition. Only I paid accommodation. But whereas in Sitara, he was busy. I don't know. Each kids are different. You can't blame the kids actually. Okay, each kid is different. But she didn't take it seriously. But even though he got a dean scholarship from the University of San Francisco, because all private colleges are $60,000. Okay, so almost $20,000 she got it. Then we paid. Yeah, so that's a different story. Yes, scholarship is available. Okay, if you look at it, some families and all free, they didn't even pay a penny to the colleges how to get a free money from the universities, because there's a lot of endowment fund. And as Sitara said, privately, not only through college, the private parties are having a lot of scholarship. For example, if you are from Dallas, go and look at in Dallas, there was some kind of lot of philanthropist and non-profit organization who have a typical scholarship. Just you go and meet the requirements. Okay, what they're asking you to do. So just do that, and you get that free money. There's a plenty of money available. Only thing is we have to go and get it. Yeah, that is my 2 cents. And one more thing that Rahul said, like while you are in a school, Sitara said, like, we don't have a AP classes in our school because small private school, that one. So my son, what he did, he went to a community college and took a couple of college level courses. The one thing is like the college look at it, you like you are taking high school, we're taking college level courses while you're in high school, and also University of Michigan gave a credit as well. So you don't need to take those 2 classes there, microeconomics and macroeconomics and introduction to business class, or something 3 courses he did. So yeah, so that is a really awesome way to go. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you all the panelists.
Also, there was like, something else that like I wanted to point out. If you don't want to take AP courses either, there's also something else that College Board has. It's called like SAT subject tests. So like you can take like a test on like a particular topic that you want. Like there's one for like all of the courses out there. There's like math, there's physics, there's like chem. So if you have taken an AP course, or if you haven't, you can study on your own. You can like take that instead, and then you can use that on like your application as well.
Great, thank you, Prithvi. Any questions?
I wanted to give some. I wanted to give touch upon 2 points on the scholarship. So because like most of our families don't qualify for the need-based one, we have to go after the merit-based scholarships. So and for the merit-based scholarships, there is always a deadline when you are applying for the universities, right? So when you are applying for universities, and if you are shooting for a merit-based scholarship, just look out for the dates. Like if you miss the date, even though like you have like a very good GPA and everything, they are not going to give it to you. So that's another point to note.
Thank you, Akka. Yeah. There's a question like, what are some good clubs to join for scholarship and create for college?
You have to figure that one out yourself. We can't really tell you. Depends on what you want to do. And I don't think clubs give you credit for college. So there's that. And someone also asked, what's the eligibility for in-state qualification for admissions in Texas? Are you talking about like scholarship-wise or just like college admissions-wise?
The scholarship.
No, there's another question. College admissions-wise? Okay, so if you're in top 10%, you get automatic admissions into UTD. And then I don't really know about A&M. I just applied and I got it in, but like I think it's also the same for A&M. I think it might be a little bit like higher, like it'll be at a top 8%, I think. But then for UT, it's gonna fluctuate between top 7 and top 5% of your class rankings. But honestly, all these people, like even aside from that, all they're gonna look at you is that like everyone's gonna have like similar GPA scores, okay? Like all they're gonna look is like how well-rounded you are as a student. Like back to what we were talking about before, like your extracurriculars, your volunteer experiences, like how you like work with our society and stuff. So like, and if I can emphasize anything, is go do volunteering, go help, like go join clubs, go like make yourself stand out better among like the pool of arts, because like especially at UT and UTD, there's so many Indian people that everyone's like the same, basically, right? So figure out how you can like make yourself stand out to the college admissions people, so you have a better chance of getting in, basically. Okay, I don't know what that's asking. So I can't.
There is one thing. There's one thing I can suggest. I mean, like if you have if your school has a magazine or a newsletter team, go and join that one. That gives some value, it seems, is what I heard. So that would be another option.
Yeah, great point, Dika.
But
Thank you.
that doesn't actually translate into scholarship or a college credit or anything, right? So it will give you an opportunity to stand out because not many of the kids go into that class.
Hi, this is Sri from Canada. Hi, everyone. I have a question for my kids. I see nowadays networking is more crucial and important. So in what ways my kids can, or everyone, it's maybe applicable for everyone. So in what ways networking can be, established with other students or other people? Is there any suggested paths?
What type of like network are you looking for? Because if you're looking for like pre-med based, like I would say like honestly just cold calling doctors and telling them, asking them if you could like shadow them is like the best way to go. Or like get like personal connections with like family members and see if they could like your kid can shadow them. Or like apply for like clinicals. Like there's gonna be like in certain high schools and stuff, they're gonna have programs like health science programs where like it gives you more opportunity to like get to know more of the knowledge of like pre-med side. Like you get to like work at like medical hospitals and like you get to work in like a medical setting, but you're still like volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that option too. Like there's a lot of, like look into hospitals that like they release an application like every year or so around, I think it's around December time, honestly, where where it's like open to high school students who want to volunteer at the places. So look into those because they're going to be really helpful too. But if you're going to like, if you're like going like the more like business side and stuff, I would honestly say the best thing that's going to help you with like networking is like doing clubs like DECA or like BPA. And because it's going to like give you like a insight on how like, the DECA and BP are like competitions, right? Like for like business side and like marketing, and it's gonna like give you more insight on those fields. So yeah, and it'll help you gain connections in a way because you're like talking to people and getting like speakers from like big companies and stuff most of the time, right? So you can get connections that way too.
Yeah. Real quick, I'll talk about it because like I was in BPA, and so like if you the more like you go to like these events, like I went to like states and nationals, and you meet like a ton of people from like everywhere that have like lots of connections to basically everywhere. So if you do things like that and you end up like going to these like events and meeting people, you can get connections that way, and that can help you like network and kind of like get more opportunities for yourself. Like I met a couple people like when I went to nationals who worked for like these startup companies and stuff, and like depending on what like you have skills in, like let's say you have like a lot of BPA events require like skills in Excel or skills in like other things, and like depending on your skill they'll basically just like ask depending on your skills they'll basically just ask for God damn.
Yeah.
My internet is not going too well. Basically, depending on your skills, they'll just ask like for people like, oh yeah, do you have these skills? Like, do you want to come help us out and like intern or whatever? So like, if you do things like that, it's really easy to get into networking and stuff. And it also, I guess, depends on what field you want to go into. But that's good for like business, BPA, and DECA and stuff.
Thank you so much. So is there anyone, just would like to know nowadays, engineering streams are picking up. So what could be the suggestion for, my son is doing 9th grade now. So he's wondering, okay, what you would like to do? He's answering, okay, engineering. So what stream is doing good in current market? Is there such a course, I don't know whether we have answer for that. Like mechatronics, I'm hearing more mechatronics students nowadays entering into the stream. So what what could be the, as a seniors, can you please suggest him? He's in 9th grade now.
Okay, I've been hearing a lot of BME, like biomedical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, okay, now if you look at it, the reason why I chose, like, okay, I switched from like pre-med to like industrial side of neuro, right? Mainly because even with bio, because like there's a lot of like new opportunities within like biotech that's like upcoming. And biomedical engineering, if you want to do like engineering based, that would be like the perfect opportunity for like it's like upcoming. So I feel like biomedical engineering would be like the easy, like it's not easy in any way, but like it'll be the best way to go.
Yeah.
And sorry. Well, actually, Subi can tell you because Subi's doing it.
Yeah, no, I think biomedical engineering is a good choice because it also has a wide array of interests. So like even if he's like only interested in like computer engineering or like material science, like he can do something, he can like work on that specifically. So biomedical engineering isn't like it's like a field that covers a lot of different like opportunities. So I think that would be a good choice for him.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Subi, and thanks everyone for your suggestions. It's a good to have you all here.
Hi guys, do you have any ideas about mechatronics? Okay.
So this is Gokul here. I have a question about scholarships again. So what kind of opportunities, scholarship opportunities are available for kids that are not born here?
Are you saying for like international students?
Not exactly international students, kids who live here, but they came on a visa, they are still on a visa, or they are permanent residents, but they're not citizens yet.
Well, if they're like a national, like they're staying here, they'll still be like considered as like how a US citizen will be. Only if like they're like international students, they won't be given like the same like scholarship opportunities. So like if you're like staying in Georgia, but like you're a Indian citizen, but like you're on a visa here, you'll still be given like the same like state scholarships that like someone that's like a citizen will be given. That makes sense.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Someone asked if there's an advantage to going to magnet high school and getting scholarships into good schools. Okay, honestly, each schools have like a cap of like how many like students they want to like. I mean, each colleges have a cap of how many students they want to take in within like certain ISDs or like certain school way. And honestly, no, but also yes at the same time. It's kind of confusing, but I don't think that would help you. But anyways, it will help you get into a good college because they'll be like, oh, like it's like you're like being set different because you're going to like a magnet high school, but scholarship wise, it's like a equal playing game for everyone. It just depends on what scholarships you apply to is the main thing. Okay, so for the person that asked about DECA, I mean, yes, because it's still an extracurricular activity, so go ahead and put it on your resume or like your application. But honestly, it depends on what track you're gonna do for DECA to help you with. So yeah.
I want to say one thing quickly about extracurriculars. Like we've been emphasizing extracurriculars a lot, but I think rather than like, this is just a kind of like a general point. It doesn't really apply to any questions, but you don't have to do like every extracurricular. Pick a few that you really like because colleges don't want to see that like you did everything and you were good at everything. They want to see that like you're passionate about these few things. So like I would more so like focus on a few extracurriculars that you really like and like really actually want to do rather than just trying to do everything just for the sake of it.
In terms of the question about biology, I personally was also interested in like biology in general and not like specifically pre-med. So some courses I took was obviously biomedical engineering, and I also tried microbiology, which is I found pretty interesting, but it wasn't honestly for me. But that would be something you could look into. So microbiology works mostly with like microorganisms like bacteria and viruses. So, well, viruses aren't organisms.
And molecular biology, biochem.
Biochem is a good one too.
Yeah. Okay. So we are like 1:20. So I think we can close the call. You know, like we have people who have the other meetings or they're busy with other life. Yeah. So thank you so much for all the speakers, and we will continue to do the same presentation in the coming future. You know that because we have different plans. You know, we have different ideas that we can encourage our kids get into college. All those things. You know, we need our expertise and more times. Thank you so much for your time today. Before closing the call, I would like to ask the Karma President Rajesh to have a few words. Then we can close it. Thanks, Ma.
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks a lot for all the presenters, and I really appreciated your time. And thanks for Vasu to arrange all this excellent session. Going forward, just we plan to create a kind of a networking between the high school students and college going students, and probably you can direct them, put them on the right path, at least share your experience as you did today. That will be really appreciated. And thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So probably Vasu will be announcing. I think there is a question. Vasu, there's a question. Is there any kind of a group they can join? Probably, you can start one. I think we have one. So you can follow up with these people. Probably you can share the group and the link.
Yeah, we'll start the new students group. Yeah.
Certainly.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Thank you. So anything else you can take care of that, Vasu? You can continue.
So yeah, just like officially we are done with this call. Like if any questions you still can ask, because panelists here can ask a question. Officially we are done, so you can leave now.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So what we can start the student group. Okay. So we'll to the WhatsApp group. You can join, and we'll need soon for that.
Sure, Vasu. That should work. That will be helpful for a lot of people, kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So thanks, Prithvi, personally. Thanks, Prithvi, Raghav, Subhi, and Sitara, and Jessica. Thanks for your time, especially on a Saturday.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak up for these kids.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Jessica. Yeah. Thank you.
Jessica, I thought you talk about your volunteering opportunity, your personal project.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to, but then I was like, it's okay.
No, also Jessica, it's like this is important, like what I'm doing right now, you can share with other people, like the cancer project. It's very useful. Maybe next meeting, next call we'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I didn't want to say anything was because I didn't know like how much they would be interested in. So I was like, it's okay, just let it go.
No. People are interested, people want to know about that because you're doing for community. It's not personal, right? Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe other people may be interested. They do same thing,
Okay, I'll say it next time if there's anything. If there's another call.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm willing to do this again too if you guys have another one.
Sure, Raghav. Okay. Sure. Thanks a lot. Probably we can you can close the call also.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Thanks. so much appreciated.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.